Good morning. Today's Wednesday, December 8th. We're bringing you the latest news making headlines to help you start your day.
Mailboxes are being broken into and deliveries swiped. The brazen thefts happening during a busy online shopping and delivery season for residents of Metro Atlanta.
Our Trayson Bragg has more in today's Morning News Rewind.
Well, these folks are moving into your mailbox quickly and easily. And once they're inside, they're grabbing what's expensive and what's important. And they're leaving you with the pain and headache right behind.
You see everyone's mail on the ground and you see all the mailboxes open. You're like, okay, they hit us last night.
That's just one of the growing number of victims of holiday thieves in the community of Eastlake in DeKalb County. She tells us over a matter of weeks, Grinch-like crooks have plundered mailboxes in her community, grabbing anything of value. And guess what? Her community isn't alone. The same crime also becoming popular inside Midtown Atlanta apartment complexes. Take a look at this video of a thief using a machete to get inside mailboxes. But believe it or not, criminals aren't stopping there. Victims say they are also breaking into lobbies and rummaging through awaiting packages. I'm told APD is now investigating these brazen crimes.
And again, I can't say it enough. This is something a lot of people don't know. Damaging or destroying a mailbox that is not yours or the mail inside or throwing away that mail is a federal crime punishable by up to 3 years in jail and a $250,000 fine. That's for each violation. Reporting live in DeKalb County, I'm Trayson Bragg, CBS 46 News.
Right now, a story that you're only going to see on CBS 46. An alarming wake-up call for parents as social media is turning into an online marketplace for drugs. Our Rebecca Schramm is joining us live this morning in Dunwoody. And, you know, the really scary thing, I think, for parents, Rebecca, is that they don't know what their children are doing on their devices sometimes.
Yeah, you really have to worry about kids whose phones have no parental controls. And this is happening, police tell us, a lot of times through apps like Snapchat. A recent post on a Dunwoody Facebook forum got the community's attention. Parents posting that kids as young as 12 are buying edible drugs through Snapchat. They warn the edibles are being packaged to look like regular candy or snacks. Dunwoody police tell us certain apps can create a dangerous space.
These apps sometimes offer a little bit more anonymity to people. They're able to create fake profiles. And right now our detectives are currently investigating it, trying to find out exactly what's going on.
The parents say they learned the pickup location was the parking lot of a Dunwoody gas station. Parents in the area are not surprised.
You know, you asked me maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago, probably. But now, with the access they have on their phones to people, everything, everybody, nothing shocks me.
Yeah, Dunwoody police say it's important to monitor your children's phones and also educate them about the danger of these edibles, that they can actually be laced with deadly drugs. Coming up in our next half hour, the high-profile murder case that's connected to a drug buy on Snapchat. Live in Dunwoody, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Yeah, you know, social media connecting us in ways we've never seen before historically, and of course that can also be used for things like this. Rebecca, thank you. CBS 46 is your vaccine team, and this morning President Biden's vaccine mandate for federal contractors is blocked. A judge in Georgia issued an injunction yesterday. Under the mandate, those working for the federal government would have been required to get their final shot by January 4th. Governor Kemp has argued the president does not have the constitutional power to require vaccinations.
We're keeping an eye on today with the stories you need to know.
Lawmakers in Congress have reached a deal to raise the nation's debt limit. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell agreed on a one-time fast-track process for the Senate to raise the borrowing limit with a simple majority vote. That will allow Democrats to increase borrowing without votes from Republicans.
A 15-year-old student is in custody this morning accused of threatening to shoot people at Loganville High School. Police were seen executing a search warrant at that teen's home in Conyers. District officials say no weapon was found on campus. That student's been charged with making terroristic threats.
Funding will continue for a drug task force that works to uncover and end drug activity in North Georgia. Athens-Clarke County commissioners approved $139,000 in federal grant money for the task force. 2 commissioners voted against it, saying more should be done to fight violent crime.
Atlanta-based Delta's not going anywhere, at least not anytime soon. The airline's agreed to keep its technical operations center in Atlanta. for another 30 years. That guarantees Atlanta at least $375 million in rent payments. The deal is in addition to Delta keeping its headquarters here for another 15 years.
The University of Georgia says it's received a record number of early applicants. So far, 8,900 students from around the world have been accepted. That's 900 more than the year before. UGA is ranked 16th in the latest U.S. News and World Report list of top public universities. 6:08 this morning, and right now a nightmare for online shoppers worldwide. A major Amazon outage impacting numerous other businesses and sites.
Yeah, the company says it's working toward full recovery. Brooks Baptiste joins us with how this impacts you. So one company, but a domino effect, basically.
Exactly. So many companies that it affected. It took hours for Amazon to mitigate the underlying problem causing this outage. But not only was it affecting shoppers who were maybe just trying to get some Christmas gifts ordered yesterday, well, also streaming platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, Roku, they took a hit, and so did Ring security cameras and airline reservations. Amazon releasing this statement saying many services have already recovered. However, we are working towards full recovery across services. So why the big impact? Amazon Web Services happen to be one of the biggest cloud providers for internet services right now, including data storage and infrastructure, meaning any disruption will likely impact some of the websites we all use every day.
Organizations that need to use cloud services might want to start thinking about diversification of not just relying on one provider, but perhaps, putting some services in one place, having a backup in another, or the ability to switch between different technology providers in case of these instances that happen.
So again, this affected a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people, but this is the second time in recent months that Amazon Web Services, has had an issue with its infrastructure that impacted numerous organizations, and the company says it still has no clue what exactly went wrong.
You see Amazon Web Services, you think just Amazon, but Amazon Web Services impacts a lot more than just Amazon, Brooks. Thanks. This morning, the U.S. is approaching 800,000 people killed by COVID-19. Early data suggests the Omicron variant may be less severe, but the Delta variant is still driving high case numbers and hospitalizations across the country. CBS's Laura Podesta has more.
Concern over the Omicron variant is driving Americans to get vaccinated against COVID-19. 12.5 million people got a shot in the past week, the most since May.
We also have a lot of vacations planned, going to Italy, going to Hawaii, so it's like, why not? Extra layer of protection.
An early study out of South Africa shows Omicron's ability to evade the Pfizer vaccine is robust, but not complete, but that a booster shot could help stop infection.
It appears that with the cases that are seen, we are not seeing a very severe profile of disease. In fact, it might be, and I underscore might, be less severe.
Health officials say Americans should be more concerned with the Delta variant right now. Cases are rising in 33 states. More than 95% of Wisconsin's ICU beds are in use.
Unfortunately, the vast majority of our COVID-19 admissions are patients that are unvaccinated and could have prevented their need for care if they had taken action earlier during this pandemic.
Pfizer CEO told a Wall Street Journal conference the company could have a vaccine for Omicron by March if one is needed. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
It's 17 minutes after 6 happening today. The CEO of Instagram is set to testify on Capitol Hill. It comes amid allegations the social media platform can be toxic for teens, especially girls. The app, which is owned by Facebook's parent, Meta, has been under the microscope. Just yesterday, the company released a new feature that will push teens toward other topics if they appear to be dwelling on something that is perhaps negative. Instagram is also planning to roll out controls that allow parents to monitor the time spent on the app and set limits. Instagram says going forward, the app is going to take a stricter approach on what it recommends to teens and will encourage them to take breaks.
Atlanta's iconic Krispy Kreme restaurant that was burned to the ground is showing signs of sweet, warm, glazed recovery this morning.
Yeah, the company opened a temporary pop-up drive-thru at the old Ponce de Leon Avenue location. Our Tori Cooper is in Midtown with more on the company's concept. So the pop-up, that's just for now, right?
Yeah, Gravir, it's just for now. This is temporary, but
We'll see if we can get some of those temporary donuts to show up at the newsroom. The security around these donuts has been a little bit tight. The employees just showed up here, but this is the pop-up. Take a look. It's right here. Employees just showed up. They're in the kitchen and they say they have some sweet treats in there for you.
It's been nearly a year that we're looking into getting back with this community. The community excited.
Krispy Kreme has had a home right here in Midtown for more than 60 years.
It's just an icon in this neighborhood to always see the big sign.
But the restaurant, co-owned by basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal, caught fire twice in 1 year. The first time was in February and the second time was only 5 months later in July. Both fires are being investigated as arson, but as promised, the company now has a temporary pop-up shop set up at the historic site with a drive-through, select menu offering drinks, original glazed donuts, and a classic assorted bunch 7 days a week, starting at 7 a.m. daily.
No better time than the Christmas season to bring joy and our great donuts to the Pounds community.
And one last sweet detail is they are telling us that they are planning on having this location fully restored sometime in 2022. Reporting live in Midtown, Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.